Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you really quickly how to make some fun and professional looking tags for your crafty loop earrings or your crafty boho earrings or your crafty rainbow earrings, whatever handmade earrings that you are needing to package or present beautifully, like if it was a gift. You can use these little cardstock DIY cards or tags to hold them, and I'm going to show you how I make mine. Your supplies might be different than my supplies. You can really just use anything that you have in your craft space. The main thing you're going to need is a piece of cardstock paper. I get mine in the scrapbook paper section at Michael's. It goes 70% off every now and then, so you get a whole pack for $5, which is a super great deal. And then I use a business card to use as a template, so you can see it's got some ink spots on it, a thumbtack, because we're all kinds of fancy around here. I will be using this plastic tapestry needle as a tool for my scoreboard because I lost the tool that came with it. The scoreboard is optional. If you do not have one, you can just use a ruler, but I do recommend, if you plan on making a bunch of these guys, to invest in one of these scoreboards because it's going to save you a whole lot of time. Something to write with. And then what's optional is the stickers or stamps or this little corner punch, things like that. This would just be to decorate our cards, so use whatever you like to use, or you can just write it all out by hand with your writing utensil. You will also need a pair of scissors and an Exacto knife. The Exacto knife is optional. You could probably just get by with a pair of scissors. So let's jump right into the tutorial. I'm going to start by picking out a couple pieces of cardstock paper, or just one, I guess, to start. And we'll just start with this one that was already on the top. And I'm going to place it on my scoreboard. This thing is linked in the products under the description of this video. If you would like to purchase one, I have it. It's linked for an Amazon link. And then I will use my score tool here, my little plastic tapestry needle, and score this at the 4 and 8 inch mark. So this is a 12-inch piece of paper, and I'm going to score it at 4 and 8 inches. Then I'm going to take my scissors and cut these apart. I'm just going to cut them right down the lines that I just scored. Okay, and now I'm going to set my scoreboard aside. Take one of my 3 pieces. So each piece of paper, each piece of 12 by 12 cardstock can give you 3 earring tags. We're going to take our first tag here and fold it in half. And then we're going to open it up, and let's make this side the front and this side the back. I like to put my business card down here near the bottom and then mark where a couple of the corners meet, like this. And now I'm going to take my Exacto knife and cut a connecting line from each corner to corner. It doesn't have to be anywhere specific, as long as there's one on this side and one on this side. Okay, and now I need to make the spot where I want my little holes to go. So I'm going to grab my earrings as a guide. Ideally, your fringe wouldn't hang off the bottom. So we're going to go like an inch in the top, an inch and a half from the top, open this back up, and about an inch and a half from the top is where we want to put our holes. And I just use another piece of paper here to kind of line up that spot. Okay, and then I'm just going to mark 2 little holes that are as centered as possible. Okay, and then you take your handy thumbtack. They do make tools for this, little tiny hole punchers. I don't have one. And you're going to poke through those two holes, but be careful not to jab yourself in the finger. That would not be fun. Okay. And now we can put our earrings in those two little holes. Put our business card in the back. Just like that. Now you have all this space here that you could write a little thank you to your customer, so I'm going to go ahead and just do that now. Okay, it's a little hard to see on this paper. I probably should have used an ink pen or a marker instead of a pencil, but a pencil is what I had next to me. And then you can just take a comb and straighten up your fringe pieces. And a piece of washi tape is what I use to just keep the bottom together. And there you go. There is one way to do these little earring cards. You can wrap it with a piece of tissue paper, stick it right in your poly mailer, and mail it off to your customers just like that. Let's do another one using a different piece of paper, even though we have two more sheets from that same piece of paper. Let's do a different design. Let's do this one. Score our paper. Sometimes I save a step and use my Exacto knife to cut this. I know it digs down into the plastic of my scoreboard, and it's probably not the best way to treat your scoreboard, but I do it. If you were doing 4 and 8, I would start with the 8 and then do the 4. That way you can keep your paper nice and steady in this 90-degree angle over here. But I'm just doing the one sheet for now. Fold it in half. Now let's get a little fancy with this one and use a stamp. I'm going to make this my front and the other side my back. And I'm going to use this thank you stamp that I'm pretty sure I got from Hobby Lobby. It might have been Michael's. And then just regular ink. Nothing fancy. I've had this forever. Some stamps require to be inked differently. This is just how I do it. I am not a stamp expert, but this gets the job done. Then line it up where you want it to go and then just press it all around, putting pressure on all parts of the stamp so you know you get a good print on this side. Perfect. Now that will give us a little bit of an indication where we need to put our holes for the earrings. I want to get that to dry real quick because I don't need it smudging all over my background. And so we know our stamp goes to about right here. So that's about where we want to put our earrings. I will just use my business card to give me a straight line to work with. Mark my 2 earring spots that are basically centered. And then go ahead and punch it with my thumbtack. Okay, now let's make our business card slot. I went ahead and grabbed a marker pen too, just in case I want to write a thank you note again on the back, which I think is a really nice touch, especially if it's for a customer and not a gift. Obviously, you wouldn't write a thank you note to a gift unless it's a thank you gift, but you wouldn't be like, hey, thank you for letting me gift you these handmade earrings. That would be weird. Okay. Grabbed another pair of earrings for this card. And in case you didn't know, the crochet pattern to make these earrings is free on my blog and on my YouTube channel, and I will link those down below for you guys so you can check them out if you haven't already. Look how cute. I like the ones with the shorter fringe sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and write my thank you note. And then a piece of washi tape to keep the end closed. And you're all set to send that out in the mail to your customer. Here's two different looks. You could do the same thing with a custom logo stamp. I will link where I got this one made from. It was in another Etsy shop. Let's show you what this little guy does. This thing rounds off the corners. So that'll just give you a slightly different look. Makes it look a little fancier instead of cardstock paper. I like the look of the rounded corners. And then you could also use a sticker, which would be perfect for this one since I've already put it together and the sticker is pretty small. You could use a handmade with love sticker, a thank you sticker, a business logo sticker, anything that you wanted to use, and then your customer would get this in the mail. It would have their thank you note, your business card, and everything they need to be able to find you on it, just in one small little package. Please let me know if you have any questions. I am always happy to answer those for you in the comments below, or you're welcome to send me an email or message me on Instagram. Instagram is my main jam where I spend most of my time, so if you need to get a hold of me, Instagram is probably the fastest way. I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I look forward to seeing your little earring packets. I will catch you in the next video.